Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers to the new Church podcast studio.
We're super
Welcome
excited.
everybody to the Church podcast again. So we go through these phases and I like it because
Isn't that how life is? That's how it's just our life.
well, yeah, that's how life is, and that's not how church is, and that's why we're so happy about if we quit for 2 months and don't say anything about it, fuck it. That's what we wanted to do. We got married.
Yeah.
We got married. We were,
Woohoo!
yeah. Was that the last episode?
Yeah. I mean, no, we did some episodes after we were engaged, but we didn't film any in California, I don't think.
Right,
So
that's
I
right.
don't remember the exact last one, but
Oh, man, this wine is good.
it's pretty good.
Holy crap.
What were you going to say?
I don't know.
It is really good. It's going to go really great with our cheese.
Yeah. So we took a hiatus. Hiatus, is that the right word?
That is correct.
So we took a hiatus again. I think this is our third or fourth hiatus.
It's our third. The first one was no, it's our second. The first one was to build a van, and the second one was just when we went back to California, and then we had a little honeymoon tour,
Yep.
which was fun.
Had a honeymoon tour because it was our honeymoon. That's how that works. Anyway, so now we're back in. Well, I don't want to say where we are. You don't need to know where we are, unless you're close.
If you know, you know.
If you don't know, you don't need to know. Just listen, sit back, and enjoy. So, I guess intro to the church podcast. This is where we talk about church, our experience with church, and what's good, what's bad. We just genuinely talk about what we think about church, and hopefully soon, well, definitely soon, we'll be having people on here that also have church experiences and can talk to us about their church experiences, good or bad.
You know what I was thinking was interesting? Was that that we're starting up again today because it's Good Friday.
Whoa!
And we're drinking wine, so it's like
Holy
perfect,
crap.
isn't it?
Well,
And
Good
we have
Friday
crackers.
Good Friday wasn't good. They drank wine before that.
Well, I'm just saying people usually take communion like during Good Friday services.
That's a trip.
Because they did that
And we're totally, this is communion.
I know, isn't that weird? Like I didn't even think about that.
Because what is communion? So you sit there and you reminisce about Jesus.
Yeah, and you have wine and bread, and we have some gluten-free crackers for myself, some gluten crackers for you, and some wine. It's just perfect.
Straight up communion, 2021 style.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I know. We're so cool, we didn't even know it.
Cheers to Jesus. Thanks, Jesus.
We won't eat the crackers on camera because I thought that would sound gross.
We'll save that for the ASMR video.
Ew.
Well, we could. Anyway, so we're drinking some wine and communioning.
I think it's just communing.
Yeah, we're communing and we're communioning.
Okay.
That's what I meant.
I think it's still just communing.
I like them both there, but
Both.
both there.
Oh, okay.
So getting back into the podcast, part of the reason I think that I burned out at least is because we're going through the 20 fucking thousand cultural values, and
There's a lot.
And it's just like, all right, here we go, doing another cultural value. It was like months.
Yeah, because there was so many, which is, one of the reasons why we wanted to do that, because they were all so fucking annoying.
Yeah, part of why that was hilarious and an interesting topic was because there was so many. But to make each one an episode.
Oh my God. Because we said the same thing. I feel like the gist was the same. They said this, they weren't this. And it's like, yes, we get the point.
I mean, everyone kind of comes back to how they were culty and they use this cultural value and that cultural value as rules. It's like America nowadays. It's like, no more guns, no more fucking, you can't even, drink the rain. I mean, everything. It's just like there's so much control, and they had all these little things, that you agreed to hold over your head when you break the rules. And,
well, America's...
Well, real quick.
Sorry.
So also, I just wanted to say that we're not going to finish that whole series because it's so ridiculously long.
Oh, yes.
We're just going to we'll recap right now, like the last ones, and just kind of discuss those, I guess, as the outro.
Sure.
But yeah, we're, apologize to the person who wanted to hear that series. I think you're probably content with what we've said so far, though. It's just getting redundant. So now we're gonna move on to a new subject.
Yeah.
We'll debrief about these last cultural values. If you weren't ever a part of those debrief meetings, welcome.
Oh gosh.
To this one. This is your chance. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left.
Yeah, I don't want to do a month and a half of these, so let's just talk about them.
So the last ones that we're not really going to do any more episodes on are: we are charismatic but not weird. We are always learning and growing. Oh, no, we already did charismatic but not weird. We're always learning and growing. We will do anything short of sin to see people saved. We give up the things we love for the things we love even more. Deliver wow through service. That was such a ripoff of Zappos.
Mm-hmm.
We value innovation and creativity. We fight for unity. It'd be interesting to know the science behind what happens in your head when you go to church, just in general, because I don't feel like anyone steps foot in a church if they don't think they're going to receive spiritually something, some upgrade.
Right. You go to church on purpose. You don't just wind up there.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, I think you do. I guess that's not necessarily, I'm not saying that that's not a good thing. I mean, how many things make you feel happy? Like, I mean, it's not like you shouldn't have happiness, but for some people, it's not just enough to attend church or even have a church.
Yeah.
Like in that place, it was like we were like fed this idea that we need to be the best church. Nobody in town has reached Chico with the gospel, so we got to do it. Mm-hmm. And it's like we're the best equipped to do it. It's just like it was like so obsessively competitive.
Yeah.
And nobody got high off that, but the ones at the top.
Yeah.
Because when your team is being real competitive in town, church town, whatever, and like you're raking in all these proselytes, it's a lot of tithe money in their pockets. Not my pocket.
Yeah.
Mine's going to theirs.
Yeah.
It's like, so yeah, of course that makes them high. It's like,
yeah,
I feel like they're so self-deceived, too. It's like going out and preaching the gospel and bringing people to church. I think it's debatable whether or not that actually helps them now, especially what we've been through. Mm-hmm. It's like, did that help us? I mean, maybe, but probably more so because of what we took and turned it around to be for our own life.
Yeah.
It was like, thanks for, he would actually even say that. We're going to start using names, aren't we?
If you want to.
I think we're going to start using names.
You could do whatever you want.
We might start next episode.
Sure.
But I don't see why not.
I don't know.
Anyway, so it's just funny how many times we saw him do the same thing and just repeat the same fucking, things. He would just say the same shit over and over. And now I've got it memorized. Like, I could it just comes right back. But anyway, he would say stuff like, whenever I'm working with a couple and, we're doing marriage counseling, and I've helped many couples with this, I purposely like to rock the boat. meaning he's going to become a trial for them and, conjure up some shit that maybe,
doesn't even need to be.
Could cause some drama because you want to get that out before you get married.
Yeah.
You want to work that stuff out beforehand. He knows from experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 failed marriages.
Yes.
I mean, let's just be honest.
Yeah.
How about this? We'll just rapid fire name the next one off, and then we'll each give our first idea that comes to mind about that, our first memory.
Okay, that sounds fun.
All right. Or do you want to alternate? Let's alternate. So you do one, I'll do one, you do.
Okay.
Okay. You want to do this one?
No, you go first.
Okay, you got to read it.
Oh, which one are we on then?
32.
Oh, we are always learning and growing.
Okay, first thing that comes to my mind when I hear we're always learning and growing is that we are always learning and growing. And we literally learned and grew our way the fuck out of there. And that's it. I mean, they were not always learning and growing. They were always getting stupider and smaller, shorter, smaller, whatever, going backwards.
Yeah. And they're getting less and less people on their leadership team. How could that be happening? Because we're always learning and growing.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something to be said about any company that has a high turnover rate.
And they just get younger and younger. How could that be possible?
Okay, your turn.
Okay.
We will do anything short of sin to see people saved.
Oh, well, this reminds me. The first thought I had was when I didn't show up to church. Thank you. You're not supposed to slide it. You're supposed to lift it up.
Oh, my gosh.
He got after me for that, so that's why I said that. It reminded me of when I said I was going to go to church after we told everybody what happened with us. And then I decided to not go because they were just being super bitchy about it. And I was like, okay, I really don't want to see anyone right now. I'm not going. And they showed up to the house that I was staying at and dragged me out of bed, forcibly put clothes on me and made me go with them. And to think that they wouldn't do that to anybody else there would be stupid because they would do shit like that all the time. Given that case was a little bit extreme, but forcing people to do anything or making them feel like they have to do something or they can't be on the leadership team or God's not going to promote them, that's what that makes me think of.
Yeah.
Even though that's not how they meant it, that's what it turned into. Okay,
so
ready?
Basically, they will do anything, including sin, to try and save people.
Right, because that's actually illegal. Okay. We give up things we love for things we love even more.
Okay, so first thing that comes to my mind with this is how that was just one of the primary ways to gaslight people, I think.
Huh. That's a good word for that.
Thanks. I learned that recently.
Oh, great.
Well, a year ago.
Oh.
That's pretty recent.
Yeah.
I got 34 on me, so. I mean, there's just so many ways you can manipulate somebody with that, who's completely bought into your church, completely bought into what you're doing. You've somehow forced them to fully submit to you for why, I don't know, they're fully submitted to you. Mm-hmm. You're their spiritual leader and covering. And so, I mean, it's just for one, that is just vague as fuck. We give up things we love for things we love even more. How many things do you love that I don't love? Right? It's different for everybody.
Exactly.
So when a leader comes at you with that in our experience there, and they say, I think you love this event, so why are you going on vacation? You love Jesus, right? You love the church. You wanted to build this.
Even more.
I expect you to be a part of this thing we're doing. Yeah, I expect you to build your team. I expect you to not just sit in your chair. You came to church, right? Because you believe in God. Well, this is what God's about, and you love that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why are you just coming and attending? You should be doing these other things to prove that you love
even more.
This. Mm-hmm. Jesus even more. Deliver wow through service.
Well, what this meant was be super hyped up and clap really loud and do super peppy songs and be in one lane that the pastor's wife liked. And if it wasn't that, then it wasn't wow enough. And if you weren't getting no sleep on Saturday night, then you really weren't delivering wow. But then also, if you did that and it wasn't good, then how dare you not get sleep? Because then now you're not a good leader for Sunday. And then you can't deliver wow through service at all because you can't talk to people because you're so damn tired. So that to me was a lose-lose situation.
You know, delivering wow through service, it's like, you know, you have devoted your energy to building the thing, basically. We're delivering wow through service because people are coming and we want them to stay. And so what was really kind of a pain in the ass about that was that it's like, okay, damn, I'm like delivering wow fucking every day, my small group on Sundays, I'm delivering wow.
Yeah.
And then you go and show up fucking drunk. And it's like, why are we delivering wow through service if you're just going to go fuck up everything we built?
Yeah.
You're just going to keep like tearing everything back down. Now we got to fucking bring back in some more people to wow because you just fucked off the other ones. I mean, honestly.
That is such a good point.
One of the main reasons, you know, if I would see somebody out in public and I would feel like God was like putting it on my heart to like go and witness to them, I would many times talk to them or maybe pray with them or something and then not invite them because I didn't want them to see what wacko shit was going on at our church. Like there was a lot of times where like I didn't want them to come. And it's just the truth of what it was. It was weird at that place.
Yeah.
I loved the people and I stayed there like many people to try and help them stop being so fucking weird so we can actually have a healthy, good church. I just believed in it so strongly and it was so impossible to get around the people in charge to actually make the place have some real deep qualities to it.
Yeah.
Aren't these new mics sick?
I know. They're so
Oh,
cool.
man. We got like legit podcast mics now. You don't have to hear us pounding on the table, hopefully, anymore and like hear the birds chirping in the background.
Hopefully. Also, isn't this studio that PJ built fucking beautiful?
Yeah, we'll post more pictures.
Yeah, it's so
like,
cool.
It's pretty much complete. We're just polishing it up, fine tunes. But I think it's yours now. Huh?
Yeah, sorry, I was getting really hot, so I had to take my jacket.
Oh no, it's mine.
Oh, you read and then I read and then you answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was just adding on to what you said.
Right. Well, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was a good point. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
We value innovation and creativity.
First thought that comes to mind is how many times I and others would come up with an innovation and I feel like there's like a movie or something or a show or something that did like a skit like this, but where it's like, what are your guys' thoughts? All right, cool, thanks. Like, it's like, now we're just going to do what we were going to do anyway. You know what I'm saying? It was like...
I do. It sounds like something Michael Scott would do. But
right. We're going to have a meeting about... we're going to have a meeting because we want to know what you guys think.
Yeah.
We want to know... We need you. Mm-hmm. Like, you
Not
guys...
what I was thinking? Okay, that doesn't matter. We're going to do what I was thinking.
Yeah, it was just like... I mean, there was no continuity with that because one day you might be fucking the best thing since toast and
Toast.
French toast. How's the
Sliced bread.
Oh, since you might be the best thing since fried toast. And then the next day it's like, you thought that was an innovation? You idiot.
Exactly.
Like, what do we even have you here? Why are you on this leadership team?
Uh-huh.
You know, and so it was just like, we value innovation and creativity. Not really.
No,
we didn't really.
we valued copying bigger churches.
Well,
and if you had an idea and it's like, okay, well, show me a service where they did that. It's like, okay, well, it's just my idea. Okay, well, is that going to work? I don't know. And then we'd try it, and then it would still get cut on Sunday morning anyway. So it really didn't even matter.
Yeah.
So many things got cut Sunday morning.
Yeah.
But I digress.
Well, yeah, another thought that comes to mind on that one for me is we value innovation and creativity. Well, never mind. I forgot my thought.
Oh, okay. Let's move on then.
Probably because I broke the rules. I'm not supposed to have thoughts on your question.
That doesn't matter. It's a convo. If you have a thought to add, I want to hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, I read Revalue Innovation and Creativity.
Oh, sorry.
And that was yours. And I was actually, that wasn't mine. I actually hopped on your point. And then
So now it's
you
mine?
hopped back on your point. So now you read the last one.
Yeah, this is yours.
Yeah.
All right, this is a doozy, and it's funny. This is the last one.
Okay.
I wonder if you understand why. We fight for unity.
Oh, well, after you said that, my first thought was that we left because they weren't fighting for unity.
Yep.
Oh, really? That was your thought?
Yep.
So
yeah, that's why it's ironic that was the last one, because that
was the
being
last
so-
straw. That was
Yeah.
the last straw.
that being such a fake value is why we left at the very end. It's like, we value unity. Like, we literally came to our highest leadership in that fucking organization to talk about a mistake, a situation
Told them what happened.
we were going through. Like, yeah, I mean,
Nobody found out.
we could have kept it a secret for one.
For a long time we could have. It was literally like the next day.
Yeah, and I mean, we trusted that they're gonna be there for us. They're gonna fight for us.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened? I got told not to come back, and except for haircuts. I need a haircut this Sunday. Are you available? Are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, we
Oh, it's so fucked up.
the top leadership of that place went around asking people, what do you think? What do you think of what they did? Like PJ, how could you do this to us?
Mm-hmm. Us.
How could you do this to us? How could you do this to me? There was no fighting for unity at all. There was fighting. It's always, and I feel like this is about churches across the board. It's not about fighting for unity. It's about fighting for like enforcement of the things, the rules, like the ways. This is how church goes. This is what we do. And we're going to integrate you, and we're going to fight for that. We're not fighting for unity. If we were fighting for unity, well, people could come in and deal with their process as fast or slow as they need to and not have anyone say a damn thing about it. If they're there, they're trying to know God.
Yeah.
Can you get the fuck out of his way? You don't need to fight for unity, actually. Just love people.
And the sad thing is, to me, like, if somebody just came to the church and had done what we did, they would be like, oh my gosh, God forgives you. He loves you. Everything's going to be okay. But because we'd been there for so long, like...
So we had an affair, just in case you're wondering what we're talking about,
Yes.
like all vague.
So, yeah, I feel like because we'd been there for so long, it was like, oh, you hurt us and the rest of the leadership team and blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, we hurt one other person. You have nothing to do with it. We were confiding in you.
Well, I don't doubt that it hurt them. I mean, why? Like, things that happen in like fictional movies is sometimes like hurts me. But
I mean,
it was the way they handled it. They didn't fight. They didn't they didn't remain neutral and try to help everyone from their side with what they were dealing with as a result of the things.
Right.
What they did was pick sides, excommunicate people. And this wasn't just with us. This was with so many other people with far less transgressions. It was like, we want to go to this other church on Sunday. What? How dare you?
Yeah.
Are you a part of our church or not? Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, I'm a part of the church. The church.
Yeah.
I can't go to this other church. What's your fucking problem?
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess what I meant was just that. Like, they chose sides, and I feel like they kind of got everyone else to gang up on us, which we always say we know what we did was wrong. But at the same time, as pastors, you're not supposed to gossip about us to everyone else, even if it's to your leadership team.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to help us. Like, we literally came to you and told you everything. And we were asking for help. So help us. Don't make us feel worse than we already feel.
Yeah. You want to close out on this?
Well, I would just like to say that I'm super glad that we're here now and not there. And I feel like, being stuck there sucked, but at the time it felt fine. It didn't feel like we were stuck. I felt like everyone else wasn't seeing what we were seeing. And, but then looking back, I could see how we were trapped.
That's not how I feel about it.
Well, that's just my personal experience. I was like, wow.
I understand what you're saying. I miss some of the times we had. I miss a lot of the people that were there. Really, truly, deeply miss some of the aspects of that place, because for me, it was authentic. It was totally genuine. And it's like, I even believed in the pastors more than they deserved. I mean, well, obviously, but I believed in them despite their obvious flaws and obvious refusal to change those things or address them, or even let anyone talk about it with them. It's just like, I believed in it too much.
Yeah.
And that's kind of left me with the dilemma of well, what is the right amount then? Because I don't actually really know how to do anything, just a little bit, so if I don't fully believe in church, I'm kind of at this point where I go because I'm searching for a reason to believe in it again. I'm not going because I do believe in it, because whether or not I believe in God, I feel like church has separated itself from God. Mm-hmm. Church is its own fucking entity. It's not, you don't go to church and experience God necessarily. You experience church. Mm-hmm. The people there, the delivering wow through service, it's a business. It's a business. Church is a business to me now. And so I don't really believe that I'm going to find God in church. I believe that I'm going to find friends that maybe are seeking God with me. We're like-minded, mm-hmm. But I don't see church as a place to connect with God anymore because of I guess being burnt by that whole system.
Well, I feel like it just reminds me of that phrase, oh, you've seen how the sausage is made, But my hope is that some people make organic sausage with no GMOs and extra shit in it, I just feel like there's people out there who do it right, and maybe
our sacrifices don't have steroids or RBASTs.
You know what I mean.
Or whatever it is.
You know what I mean. I think there's sausages that aren't made with hoofs and things like that, and there's some that are, and we got a lot of hoof and bone sausage comparatively. You know exactly what I mean.
Yeah, it's fine.
But my point was that I'm super glad that we're here now instead of there.
Yeah.
And
everyone, literally, I think everyone is in a better place since they left that place.
Yeah, I don't know a single person who's doing worse. Well, maybe a single person.
Small break. Camera overheated. We're working on it. I mean, not that it affects anyone else, but
No, it doesn't.
so that has been a outro final cap of the cultural values
Thank God.
of Remedy Life Church. I'm gonna start with that name.
Okay. Because it
And,
doesn't exist anymore, so good one.
Yeah. Whoops. We're going to keep this one short and sweet. This is just we're christening the new studio.
Yeah, I don't think it's been that short. Because, when we get to talking, we talk.
This episode?
Yeah,
It's pretty short though. I mean, for a podcast.
that's true.
Jocko's are like 3 hours long.
Yeah, so are Joe Rogan's. So interesting, though.
Yeah, but they chop it up into clips.
Yeah.
So we could do stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Because we have like 100 subscribers. We're coming up on like 5 million.
That would be great. Well, yeah, we don't know what next episode's going to be about.
I have some ideas though.
Ooh, okay.
Maybe you guys can give us some input on what you think we should do our next episode on.
It's a great idea.
Here's a couple notes I've taken.
I was
We've
thinking
taken.
they should just tell us.
You can just tell us, but there's some stuff I want to learn.
No, that's fine. I was going to say, I think if they have an idea of something, if they're like, oh, I want to hear your thoughts on this, then tell us. We'll talk about anything.
Yeah. Well, anyway, leave some comments about.
No, what were your ideas? Are they stupid?
Yeah, well, no.
I wanted them to do both. I mean, if they have an idea, I'm saying comment, but if they like one of your ideas, then just say they like your ideas.
Well,
Sorry, I didn't mean to shut you down there.
you didn't.
Okay.
No, I was doing that of my own accord.
Good.
Here's an interesting one, and here's something that I feel like is very current events. Christians in the comment section.
Oh, yeah.
Christians in the comment section. When you see something, I know there's prejudice in all of us. There's the tendency to just be that way. I feel like as humans, and that's just the way we are. And for some reason, everyone thinks that they're not, but everyone else is. And I think it's really interesting to see. Well, what if you see something on Facebook or YouTube or something that's offensive and sinful and it's non-Christian? What's your tendency? Do you jump in the comments and point out the obvious? Or do you jump in the comments and try to bring some Jesus?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I would put it.
Or do you do what I do and do nothing?
Or do you do nothing? Do you just mind your own fucking business?
I'm like, oh, sucks for them. Moving on.
Glad I'm not them. I feel like it changes for me, actually.
It does. Sometimes you get real into it.
Yeah, there's times where I get fired up and I jump in the comment section and I'm saying stuff. I may have had a couple drinks. I may not have. Maybe I just was, I don't know, just feeling it. And then there's times where I'm like, that's just not productive. And I even go back and delete comments from past posts because it's like, I actually love people. I don't want to fight with people.
Yeah.
If we disagree, like,
Fine.
whatever. Like, we disagree. One of my biggest problems, I will say, and I don't give a fuck what you think about it, is when somebody tries to put some sin of omission on me. Oh, you're not a part of this. You're not saying anything about this. So you're part of the problem. Well, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say about that. But what do you do when you see something sinful and unchristlike? What do you do? What do you do in the comments? Not to someone's face, because we all know that's different.
Right.
What do you do in the comments section when you're behind your screen?
Good question.
And that's going to be one of our next topics. But also, please Please give us suggestions on topics you want to hear about church-related situations. Like and subscribe, and that's great.
And that's all we have.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Oh, I like that movie.
Crumbled.
Crumbles. That's the quote.
And that's the way it was. Bye.
Bye. I hope that sounded good. Never been so cognizant of if I'm being picked up, you know?